Professor bySreekumar sir will speak about my department. So I have been asked to talk about the theme of the workshop. So I'll read it, that is better. So our nation is exceptionally rich in linguistic diversity and relatively poor in modern scientific temper. Linguistic diversity and scientific temper are neither antithetical and nor dependent variables. However, the scientific temper and the degree of the rationalization of our Indian society vary from state to state and language to languages. Therefore, the dissemination and innovation of scientific knowledge in Indian languages, irrespective of the size of the speakers, is an imperative for the rationalization, modernization, and development of Indian society. However, dissemination and innovation of scientific knowledge in Indian languages is limited by two impediments. One is, first, the absence of adequate linguistic skill of science communication in Indian languages. Second, the limited language resources for science communication in Indian languages. In addition to these two, recently, due to the cultural globalization and economic liberalization since the 90s, and the increasing choice of English as a medium of education among new generation, a type of pessimism about the use of Indian languages as a medium of science communication and higher education has been adversely spreading among us. That is so dangerous. The third one is because we are all having a pessimism about our mother tongue. In this context, Mr. Sreekumar, I would like to tell you, Mr. Sreekumar is an IPS officer. He wrote two books. One is in Malayalam about the Malayalam Bhavi, future of Malayalam. Second is about the foreign rituals and local minds, language discrimination and human development, where he was countering this third point. Because ideologically we believe that our mother tongue is not very useful for getting education and getting development, teaching science. But somebody should read this book. That book will factually, challenging it. Therefore, I request the university authorities to translate that book into all Dravidian languages. So our workshop is meant for those two things. Third one, it is ideological. Only the bulk of writing can do it. The context. The number of organizational and institutional effort have been reported for the development of Indian languages for science communication. They are the development and publication of science literature by People's Science Movement across the nation, like KSSP of Kerala, that means Kerala Sastra Parishad, and JVV of Andhra Pradesh, TNSF of Tamil Nadu, and BJVS, BJVS of Karnataka. The institutions such as Vigyan Prasar, Commission for Science and Technology Terminology, and Central Institute of Indian Languages of Government of India, the State Institute of Encyclopedia, the State Institute of Language of Kerala, Tamil University Tanjavur have developed considerable language resources for science communication in Indian languages. It should be specially noted that in 1997, Government of Andhra Pradesh have reportedly adopted the development of Dravidian languages for science communication as the major objective of Dravidian University. A proposal titled National Initiative for Quality of Higher Education in Indian Languages is included in the 12th Finance Commission of Government of India, and a follow-up workshop of the proposal held at Center for Study of Developing Society, New Delhi in 2013. However, these are the efforts made for the same purpose. However, so far, no effort had been reported towards the capacity building of science communication in Indian languages at large, particularly for the teachers in higher education and research. This is the context we are organizing this preparatory workshop. It also planned to have 4 workshops for all the Dravidian languages. So the objective of the workshop is to discuss the problem and the prospect for using the 4 major Dravidian languages. Means 4 means Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, and Malayalam. Dravidian, we have 26 languages. We are dealing only the 4 major Dravidian languages. And to review policies and practical initiatives in the 4 languages on developing the language for science communication, to discuss problems of formation of scientific and technological terminologies in the 4 languages, to discuss specific problems related to technology development in each language and different fields like physical science, social science, and humanities, to provide a platform for sharing of experience by science communicators, educationalists, and linguists interested in science communication and terminology work on 4 languages. Organization of the workshop. It is the 4-day preparatory and confidence building workshop. 17 science communicators, including linguists from the 4 languages, will represent natural science, physical science, technology, social science and humanities and contribute their experience of science communication in this workshop. The program of the 4-day workshop is scheduled with 15 special lectures followed by a discussion for preparing guidelines. The special lectures about the experience of science communication from different languages will be an input for discussion. Outcome. Based on the 4-day discussion, we are planning to come out with a motivation material for confidence building among Dravidian academicians, because Malayalam we have very good rich scientific literature. Whatever we have done whenever we share to the other communities, that will give a confidence build up. Okay. And second thing, practical guidelines to train the next generation, because in India, if you take an example of Andhra Pradesh, Andhra has produced a great number of good intellectuals like Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan and Humayun Kabir, B.S. Krishnamurti. But when you look at the new generation, it is coming down, because we have a very good tradition of bilingual intellectuals. Those who were the best scholars that time, they were bilinguals. They have a good command over English, they have a good command over mother tongue. But now, the problem is very, very dangerous. The young generations, they don't have much command over mother tongue. Because I have an experience. When I was subscribed, when I went to all the quarters for giving Sikkamugi, Sikkamugi is a science magazine in Andhra Pradesh. He is the editor of Sikkamugi. I visited all the faculty's house. Sikkamugi, okay. So what I found is that when I went to all the house of the faculty, 90% of the faculty children are not able to read Telugu. They are all running for English medium. So that is the generation is coming up now. So I was get shocked. I thought it is only in Kerala, but it is across the Dravidian language. This is coming up like anything. So what we are wanting, we want to get a proposal guidelines to train the next generation, and the concrete proposal for the language resource for the development of science communication in Dravidian languages. We made all the effort to get the best science communicators across the languages, and I hope that the 4-day deliberations will be fruitful as we are expecting and thanking you. And one thing I can tell you, when we are planning this workshop, we were like to get a good number of science communicators plus minimum number of linguists. So what happened, we got a wonderful science communicators from Andhra Pradesh, Ramayya sir, because he writes in Hindu. Dhamendra sir, he writes in Hindu, one of the popular science writer in Andhra Pradesh. And the same way, the coming days, from all the languages, science communicators are coming and sharing their ideas, and afternoon we have only discussions. Okay, this is the way which we are planning. One thing I told you in the beginning, morning there will be only lectures, afternoon it is full of discussion, only discussion. So what we have is that, we should have active participants, we should have a topic to discuss, and we should have a control over the discussion. It's very important, especially control over discussion is very important. So participants, we have some of the participants like Professor Achyusankaras Nair, one of the best science writer in Kerala. He's my teacher, and he's here. He will be 2-3 days. He will be continuing. So the participants which we have, because we invited all the teachers in the university, especially people like Professor Harsha, all the people, they will be here, and we will be discussing with scholars. And second thing, sometime if I found if something is missing, like a topic is missing, we have generated around 17 questions, 17 topics to discuss. So that I will display here, and I am very happy that Sir has answered for the 17 questions. So the morning there will be only lectures, afternoon there will be discussion, and finally we will present a draft of a guidelines to the last session. This is what we are planning, the total planning of this workshop. Hope we will be the 4 days our participation will be fruitful towards the end what we are expecting. Okay, so thank you, sir.